Hey there, it's Paul Omahony here, and in today's video I'm going to answer the question, how do I set goals that I can actually achieve? Now before we get started, if this is a topic that you want to know a lot more about and you want to delve into in more detail, the good news is you can go to rethinktimemanagement.com at any time, and there's some training in there for you and some bonuses that you can access, so feel free to go in there. Now as part of this video, I want to talk specifically about goals and how to evaluate goals. Now, you may have previously seen that I have this Rethink model built around time management that is a 7-step process to help you through understanding where you are right now with your activities in your life and how busy you are, and then decluttering that process to set you up for success. Today we're talking about the E in the Rethink model, which is evaluate goals. So here's the thing. Maybe you're struggling right now with time. Maybe you find, like most people, that you're just getting busier every single day, every single week, every single year. Have you noticed how this year is flying by? Right? It's even faster than last year, and last year you thought you'd never have a year that was going to go faster. Well, here's the thing. The older you get, the shorter percentage a year is of your life. So it's always going to feel that you're moving faster and getting busier year on year. But here's the thing also, is that it's very easy to get stressed and feel like you're out of control and that you just don't feel like for a moment that you've got a sense of where you're going in your life because you're so busy. And this very much comes down to not having clarity on what it is you should be doing. Do you have goals written down right now? Right? Do you carry them around with you? Now you might think, well, I have some goals actually. I want to lose weight. I want to get fitter. This year, I'm going to get fitter this year. I'm going to save some money. I'm going to save more money. Those are not goals. Those are wishes, right? And that's the key thing here. I want you to evaluate what you perceive as your goals right now versus what the reality is. What I suggest you do is you have very clear, specific goals, not just in one area, but in multiple areas, so that you don't chase one particular area at the detriment of other parts of your body, of your life, of your time, of your relationships. For me, it's important to go after fulfillment, not half-fulfillment. And I've broken life out into 8 specific areas. So I've studied this in numerous different places, and my preference is this one, where they look at life in 7 or 8 different areas, which are physical health, finances, spirituality, social, mental, vocational, family, and fun. And I like to think of life in those 8 buckets. And it's a great starting point to setting some goals in your life. So if you've no goals right now, or if you have some, or you're kind of in between, you're not sure if they're goals or not, or if they're just dreams, it's easy to do this, to start off with. Set one clear goal in each of those 8 areas for the end of this year. Right? What is one specific target you'd like to achieve by the end of the year in each of those goals? So let's start off with, let's say, health, physical health. I want to have a resting heart rate of 60 beats per minute, and I want to have a body fat of 18% by the end of the year. Okay? There's your goal. Right? That's a goal. Now, then do that for money, right? You want to have saved X amount of money by the end of the year. Then do the same for social, right? Maybe you want to go on one holiday with your friends by the end of the year. For family, a specific goal for family. And even though they won't all have equal value to you, it is still a really useful process to have specific goals in each of those. Some will be easy for you to get, some of them will be more difficult, depending on what your focus is going to be this year. But if you don't have clarity in goals, managing your time is irrelevant. Right? Time management, by the way, in the first place, there's no such thing as time management. You can't manage time, but you can manage your activities against the clock. But you won't know how to manage your activities unless you've got a clear goal in place. Right? How can you know what to spend your time doing on a day-to-day basis if you don't know what your targets are? Okay, if you think about like a football pitch, you've got 22 grown-ups chasing a ball around a field. Okay, that's all you have. If you add goals at the end of each side of the pitch, you've suddenly got a multi-billion-dollar a year business, right? Where people on both teams are earning millions of dollars every single year. You've got people that are willing to spend $80 to $200 to $300 to just go and see one of these matches with the guys in blue playing the guys or girls in red, right? And some of them are willing to kill each other over this particular game, right? Life only gets interesting when you add the goals. But if you don't have goals, you can just relax because you're not going anywhere anyway, right? What's the rush? You don't have a specific place you want to be. So what happens is you get stuck in this rat race and you're chasing your tail and you just don't know why you're not getting ahead. You think, if I run faster, surely I'll get to the finish line sooner. But most people don't know what that finish line is. So let's get clear. Evaluate what your goals are. Set up your finish line. Know what success looks like for you. And ultimately, as Jim Rohn says, it's not about achieving the goal ultimately. That's what's considered success. It's about becoming the person that can reach that goal. It's about the person that you become that's going to go after this goal, because every goal that you reach, as soon as you get there, you'll have a further goal. You'll want to go to the next step, and your confidence will have increased. Your network will have increased. Your abilities will have increased. Your connections will have increased. So it's the person that you're going to be when you achieve these goals is ultimately what you're after. So it starts off by having clear goals in each of those 8 areas. What do they look like for you? Write them down, type them out, print them out, carry them around with you. Keep them to the forefront of your thought process. Because if you know what you want to be achieving by the end of the year, it's a great starting point every day to think, does this activity get me closer to achieving one of these goals? If not, why am I doing it? If it is, fantastic. Let's go and do that right now. Okay, so it's just a very simple process. Now, how do you write a goal? Let's finish with that. Make sure it's SMART, specific, right? Very, very clear, exactly what you want. Let's say the example we had earlier, 60 beats per minute, and we said a body fat of 18%. That's specific. Measurable, right? Clearly, they're measurable. You can measure your pulse by doing a bit of this with a watch, and you can go and get a DEXA scan to get exactly what your body fat is, or you can just buy one of those weighing scales that give you an estimate of what it is. Is it achievable? Now that's a good question. Is it achievable? If your resting heart rate right now is 90 and you want to get to 60 and it's October and you want to be by the end of the year, that's not achievable, right? You go see an expert, go see a personal trainer. They will tell you, they'll give you a specific plan. This is what you need to do, and this will allow you to get to maybe 75 by the end of the year, but you need to do this. They'll tell you if your body fat is, for example, at 20, definitely 18% is achievable. If it's at 30, 18% is not going to happen in 3 months. So you fit a goal, target, a specific target that's achievable in the time frame that you're setting. Okay? So that also leads into realistic. Have an outside source who's more experienced than you tell you if this is realistic or not. Okay, so specific, measurable, attainable, realistic. Okay, and finally, time-bound. Put a specific time and place by which you want to achieve this, and that's why we said choose the end of the year. Okay, so this is a great starting point for you to really jump on board and understand how to get, bring certainty back to your life, bring control back to your life, having a real plan in place that you feel like, you know what, I'm in the right direction, it's inspiring me, I know where I'm going, and I know what resources I need to get there faster. Okay? If you found this useful, please feel free to share or tag a friend in, and please like and comment, and I'd love to see your comments below so that I can engage and help you even more.